Hi guys, welcome to Bouncing Thoughts. This is my co-host for today, Brianna.
Hi.
And we're gonna be talking about moving from the smallest places to Orlando, which is an international tourist hotspot. But yeah, let's start with our little background of us. I am from Puerto Rico. And
I'm from North Providence, Rhode Island.
And yeah, just a few fun facts. Puerto Rico, I would have put money when I met you that Puerto Rico was smaller than Rhode Island.
Yeah, no.
And
unfortunately not.
I bet most people actually think that as well.
Probably.
But Puerto Rico is like 100 miles by 35.
Yeah, no.
And which is not that big, especially if you live in Florida.
Yeah.
But
Rhode Island is 48 miles in length, and then we have about 37 miles wide. So it takes about an hour to get through the whole thing.
An hour.
That
was like my town. Well, it'd be less,
wild.
But similar.
Yeah, no. Definitely, you can drive about 20 minutes and you'll hit about 4 different towns, to be honest with you.
And like 10 Dunkins.
Yeah. Like 20 Dunkins, more like.
They love Dunkin'. Yes. I learned that with Brianna.
It is a
staple. I think Florida loves Dunkin' too, but then Starbucks came and kind of.
Yeah, not a lot of people in Rhode Island really go to Starbucks, at least the people that I know and interacted with when I lived there. It's mostly Dunks.
I'd love to take a poll.
We should take a poll.
Right? Yeah. Anyway, one day. Yeah. But yeah, that's how big the places that we come from are. Florida is, you can fit a few states in Florida.
Huge. Yeah. It's pretty big.
You can drive 8 hours and still be in Florida.
Yeah, I'm already about 5 states down, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What about, let's see, fun facts about Rhode Island.
Well, I recently learned that out of all the people that live in Rhode Island, about 2% are actually born in Puerto Rico. So I thought that was cool.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're like a plague.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know. We're just kind of small. Yeah. Everybody knows everybody.
Yes. My town was the same way.
Yes.
Like you knew the people that owned that restaurant, the people that owned that gym.
Yeah.
Like you just knew everything.
Yeah.
And everyone.
Yeah. You'll be at like a grocery store. We have Stop and Shop. And you'll be like, oh yeah, I met this girl, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll be like, oh, that's my cousin. I'll be like, oh, that's your cousin.
What about schools?
So at least for Rhode Island, like in my middle school in North Providence, it holds about 400 kids. So we had 6th grade through 8th. So you about 100 kids in each class. My high school was the same at 400, so.
Wait, and by class you mean like graduating class?
Yeah, so graduating class. So my high school in Lincoln, Rhode Island we had about 110 students graduate for the seniors. So.
That's crazy.
I thought that was big,
crazy.
But...
So I went to it was called La Escuela de Idiomas, but in English or in Florida terminology, it's like a charter school.
Okay.
And for languages, I don't know. I'm only bilingual. Don't ask me about another one. But my class had I don't know. I can't even pinpoint an exact number, but max 25 kids. And if you think of my middle school, in Puerto Rico, it's not like here. Middle school here is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, right?
Rhode Island has 6th through 8th for middle school, so.
But through 8th, right?
Yeah, it stops at.
So in Puerto Rico, 9th grade is still middle school. So my middle school was 7th, 8th, and 9th. In 6th grade, I was still in elementary school.
Interesting.
And when I moved here, it was actually shocking. Because in 9th grade, I got to go to high school.
Yeah.
And that was bizarre to me. A 9th grader should never be with a senior.
Correct. I agree with
that. But I grew up in a place where it was different. But point is that my middle school was 7th, 8th, and 9th. Mm-hmm. And in each class had 25 kids.
25?
Yeah.
I thought we were small.
Yeah, 25, maximum 30. I have no idea, but.
That's crazy.
That's
like a class.
That's what? Less than 100 kids. Or 100, let's say max 150 with random outliers and the teachers and whatever.
Honestly, that would be my math class. Yeah. 25 kids.
Then I moved here Oh my God, by
Huge.
schools here are like cities. For me,
Huge.
at least, they were cities.
Right.
Yes. What about, do you think they were big in Rhode Island? Well,
I mean, no.
compared to mine, probably it was
Compared
bigger.
to, yeah, Puerto Rico,
And we'll put
100%.
pictures of what they look like.
Yeah, definitely bigger than Puerto Rico, but like not here. Orlando, Florida is wild. I remember, how many were in your graduating class?
A few hundred. I don't know.
That's the whole school.
I don't have an exact number, but a few hundred. Like I was in like the top 10% of my class, and my number was not like, it wasn't that high, and I was still in the top 10% of the class.
Wild. That's like a whole high school. What do you mean? Like, what?
The size difference definitely matters. And like here, your parents don't like drop you off at school. Do they drop you off at Rhode Island?
I mean, yeah, there's some kids that get dropped off. Most people take the bus.
Okay,
because
the bus is like a thing here.
Yeah.
And it's not that the bus wasn't a thing in my hometown, because it was, but you had to pay to ride the bus.
No.
Like it was like a monthly subscription that your parents had to pay. Unless you were, I think certain like, I don't know, like the projects and stuff, I think they had buses. But overall, my school, if you had to ride the bus, you had to pay to ride the bus.
No, it was free. You just get on the bus. You have to figure out where your bus stop is though. For high school, my bus stop was in the front of my house.
But it wasn't like on a website?
No, I just asked a couple of kids. I was like, hey, I just moved here. Where's the bus stop?
When I moved here, I had to figure out my bus stop on some website.
Yeah.
I thought it was bizarre. I was like, where, like what is this sorcery? Right?
I didn't, that's not how I found out, but maybe in Rhode Island they do have that system. I mostly either got picked up from my friends or I ended up driving myself, so.
Yeah. I just thought it was like an interesting little difference there.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then I moved here, like my parents were so weirded out by letting us ride the bus. Because like, what is this thing? And then like, parents have very little involvement in school here. Unless you're like in elementary or something like that. But overall, you don't have a lot of involvement. Like you need like a permission to be on campus. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like permission slips to go to like field trips.
Yeah, but in Puerto Rico, no. Like your parents could just come and hang out with you at lunch.
Nope.
Like
not allowed.
like it's like a big happy family, but I think it's because it was such a small amount of people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody knows each other and you're in this small town and there's only a couple of kids.
And for you guys, it was with the restaurants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everybody knew,
Everybody
that's
knew.
the owner of this, or that's, I don't know. Like the chain, what was those chain restaurants?
So in Rhode Island, we have chain restaurants like 99, which I think is also in Massachusetts, but I'm not entirely sure. But they're just in those two states, maybe in Connecticut as well. We also have Cello's in Rhode Island, which is a chain specifically in Rhode Island. We have about 5 locations, and
it's just like American food, like burgers.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of like I guess the best comparison would be a Chili's, but obviously it's better than Chili's. No offense, but you know.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You know, I will say this. Puerto Rico has a lot of chain restaurants, like Chili's, I don't know, McDonald's, all those chain restaurants, but they're Caribbean taste to it.
Okay.
Like when you order a steak in Puerto Rico, it's not the same as ordering a steak here, if that makes sense. Or like desserts. Chili's only has a molten, and in PR there's something called a paradise. That's amazing. If you go, get a paradise. But like Chili's doesn't have it here.
Yeah.
And
I feel like the menu is pretty the same. Like, I don't know. We have chains, but like we have one Olive Garden for the whole state. You going to Warwick on Bald Hill Road?
I mean, it's so small. How many Olive Gardens do you need?
We only one apparently. We have one Cheesecake
Is
Factory.
it always packed?
I mean, not really. But I mean, well, not Olive Garden though, because you're gonna find way more authentic like Italian places, like Mike's Kitchen. If you ever go to Rhode Island,
get Mike's Kitchen.
Mike's Kitchen in Cranston. Ooh, definitely hit that up.
Let's see. What was one of like what we would call culture shock?
Yes.
From coming from a small place, like for me, I Bonito, Puerto Rico. For you, I forget I know it's Rhode Island, I forget the town though.
North Providence.
North Providence.
Yes.
I probably, pronouncing that is hard for me. But anyway.
Yes.
Like when you move to Florida, like first thing off the plane for me, everything here, even though Floridians are ungrateful in my opinion, everything here is aesthetically pleasing.
So pretty.
Like you're driving down 192
pretty.
or the turnpike and it's clean, it's green. The grass is like freshly cut at all times. I don't know how they manage.
Yeah, you're not finding like grassy, like when you drive on like 4, I think I-4.
Yeah,
is that what
I-4,
it is? Yeah. There's like grass and trees and stuff. No. Not in Rhode Island. Oh no. You see in all them streets. Literally, in order to get like the woodsy areas, you gotta go to like the country, which is not the country. And like Burrillville, Harrisville, those types of places. But they're not country. They are too.
Do you guys have potholes?
Girl, the potholes is astounding. I remember one time I drove and I hit a pothole and I hit it so hard that my car went da-doom and my windshield wipers came out. And that's how you know you need to apologize to your car immediately. And you need to pray.
Apologize to your car.
Yes, I 100% will apologize to my car. I'm so sorry, baby.
I know what you mean, but not for my own car. So PR is they're craters.
Yes,
like, and it's
big.
Everywhere.
They take your tire off. They pop your tire. My tire.
And the city's always fixing them.
Bullshit.
They're always there, and they're always bigger and bigger. But me, Vale, and some friends went to Puerto Rico, and we rented a car.
Yeah.
And we made the mistake. Okay, it's a mistake. Do not do this. Learn from my mistakes. We rented a low car. It was like it was cheap. We were broke back then. What was it? Like a Hyundai? No, a Fiesta. Or like an Echo. You know, it's like a little hatchback, like really small car, low to the ground. And then there was like 4 or 5 of us in it, so it's lower. And we were like, let's get some Wendy's.
As one does.
We literally, all I did was turn into the Wendy's and the car went, and
have to apologize.
We just knew we were fucked. Like, it's a rental, right?
Yeah.
The whole front bumper came off.
Yeah.
The whole front bumper.
You have to apologize to the car.
Well, there was no apologizing there. I was like, mother.
You murdered the car.
I don't know how, but Juan fixed it.
Thank God.
I don't know if he used zip ties. I don't know what he did, but he fixed it well enough where when we turned in the car, nobody noticed. And you know, after I signed them papers, what's done is done. And I am not proud of this story, but it's a true story. But it's so, anybody that goes to Puerto Rico, like rent a high car. Like if you have the money to invest in a Jeep and you're gonna go
SUV,
anywhere outside of San Juan, get a high car.
Yeah,
but
potholes are rough. There's always construction for no reason. What are you doing on 95? It has construction for the last 5 years. What are you doing? You don't know. I don't know.
It's like the eyesore in Florida.
What?
You don't know about the eyesore in Florida?
Here we are. The new things that I learned.
Florida. Girl, every hurricane, the memes start saying that it's going to destroy it.
Hurricanes are wild.
It's on I-4. I'm sure you've driven by it all the time.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe. I don't really drive a lot.
Girl, this building?
No.
You've never seen this building?
I feel like it is not something I've seen.
It's gonna be my life mission that by the time we do another podcast, I'm gonna show her the eyesore.
Where is it on I-4?
It's on I-4. Like you drive.
But where?
By downtown.
Oh, that's why. Your girl don't go downtown.
It's in Longwood.
Your girl don't go to Longwood. It's not a vibe.
But wow, it's in Longwood?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to the Springs, you'd see it. You've never been to the Springs?
No. Not me.
We're gonna go to the Springs, you're gonna see it. Anybody that is from Florida, if you know what the eyesore is, comment below. Rhode Island, Brianna just learned what the eyesore is.
We don't know what it is.
But in the next hurricane, please remember this conversation.
I will.
And you're gonna see people putting the eyesore in the hurricane and see who won.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
But the point is, like, you see it, it's not built. Like, it's not finished, and it's been there for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Like, it's just an empty building.
Sounds about right.
But You just learned something about Florida.
I did.
I
Yes.
think Valentine taught me that. I don't think I knew that beforehand. No.
I learned so
I
much.
knew the building.
Yeah.
I've seen the building. And
But
then
you didn't
in a
understand the
hurricane,
relation.
I saw the meme and I was like,
It's all coming together.
and then he confirmed the conspiracy. Not just kidding. What about, okay, so the greenery,
Yeah.
the potholes,
Choices.
clubbing, or like nightlife. Because even
Nightlife.
bars and restaurants, I feel like what in Puerto Rico and maybe Rhode Island is like top tier. I feel like here it's a normal place. Like it's a standard. That's how everywhere should look.
I agree. Yeah, I usually go to this club called Mezzo in Providence. It's a steakhouse during the day. Like a nice steakhouse.
Yes.
It's a steakhouse. Yeah. Whole steakhouse. And then, you know, at night, they turn it into this beautiful club. Is it beautiful? I don't know. But to get in, you know what I thought was crazy when I moved here, right? You guys do not need metal detectors and wands to get into clubs. I say that.
Well, now they've kind of started doing the whole scanning thing. But yeah, we don't have metal detectors.
No,
and
you have to get wanded and you have to go through the metal detector before you step foot in Mezzo.
Do you have dress codes?
We do have dress codes, but I feel like they're not really.
So there's dress codes here in Florida.
Yeah, they're not really like followed in Rhode Island. Like
Oh,
I'd be wearing
They're
sneakers to the
strictly
club.
enforced here.
Nope.
And you know, it's so unfair because in reality, it's kind of just for men.
I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Men
Like
will get
women
stopped
be
at the door
in there
and be like,
wearing whatever, and then like, they're like, "Oh, you don't got sleeves," or
shame. Leave
or,
the establishment.
Yeah, or like, "Oh, you're wearing shorts." What?
Yeah,
She's
I
not
don't-
wearing anything.
Yeah, literally, they didn't care. But women bring more money, more men.
But the clubbing that I went to in PR was also a restaurant during the day.
Yes.
Yeah, look,
it's like a thing.
It's this place, right? And it's like multiple floors.
What?
And the first floor is like a billard, right? Is that how you pronounce that? Where you play pool.
Yes.
And then the second floor is the restaurant. And then there's a third floor that's kind of just like an open like dance floor. But it's at night, they close down the street
and it's
and it turns into a club. And like the second
Yeah.
and third floor is where people like, you know. And the first floor too, but it's you can still play pool.
Yeah, I feel like not a lot of clubs in Rhode Island have multiple floors. I know Coliseum does, also in Providence. All the clubs are in Providence. If you go outside of Providence, you ain't getting in. There's no club. There's bars, but like not clubs.
I think
would say.
bars here are double. Like where during the day they're like, you know, come drink some mimosas.
Sports bars
and then
or
at night it's like,
something.
come get dirty.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't really have. Yeah.
Liquor stores.
Yes, you have to go to a liquor store to get everything. Wine, beer. You have to go to a liquor store. They got them in gas stations here. What?
In Florida, in any gas station, you could get beer and wine.
Literally.
Not like high-end wine, but you know, you
Like
could
a
get beer and
barefoot.
wine. Yeah, you can get what you need.
Mm.
For liquor, you still have to go to a liquor store.
Yes.
But in Puerto Rico, you can pull up at a Shell, pump your gas, and get a bottle of Bacardi.
What a wild
Like,
concept.
I mean, not every single gas station, but a lot of them.
I think that's such a wild concept. Like,
And Walgreens.
Walgreens.
You can walk into Walgreens and buy a liquor bottle.
What? What? Like, for what? Nah.
Because we are alcoholics and proud, unfortunately, okay? But we are party.
Yeah.
We're like a community-based, definitely party-based. That's why they closed down the street to open the club. Because every little like business in the street turns into sort of like a nightlife situation.
That's exciting.
And a lot of it, now living over here, a lot of it's just people's roofs. And I'm
They had a
talking
party
about
at
like the
home.
Rio Piedras nightlife scenery. Obviously San Juan is more touristy, so they have like they have Senior Frogs.
Love Senior Frogs.
But
We should
like
invest in
locals don't, they go, but it's touristy. So the prices aren't. Would you rather get the $10 shot at Senior Frogs or the $1 shot at El Ocho in Rio Piedras? Obviously,
You're gonna get
the
that
dollar
dollar shot.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But I thought it was funny because until I met you, I had never noticed that.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I went to New Orleans and you can get you can do a drive-through daiquiri.
What? I have no words. Like, I don't even know. Like, what?
But that shows you
work?
that shows you that what's right and wrong is subjective, the word?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, it's so subjective because it's the same country. It's all the United States. And their alcohol laws or their purchase laws, I guess,
are all different.
So completely, drastically different.
Yeah, because like I would think like if you have, like you're selling alcohol in a gas station, you know, what's to stop them from opening it and driving? Because it's in a gas station.
They're literally
I mean, like you could do that with a liquor store as well, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like a gas station is
I think that's the mentality around there in Puerto Rico. Like,
quick and go.
Might as well get it at the gas station.
Literally.
You know?
Like, why not? You know?
What else? Oh, the area codes.
Yes. So when I first moved here, obviously when you ask somebody for your number, you need to give them the area code and then your number. So I was not doing that. Because in Rhode Island, the whole state has the same area code, 401. So I was just giving out my number. It was a...
She was like 345 678.
There you go, that's my number. And then they're like,
area code?
What's the area code? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Wait, what
do you mean?
What is
it's
this question?
401. Why are you asking me that?
How dare they?
I mean, yeah, y'all got a lot. Even Mass has a lot of area codes.
Yeah, no, Florida has a lot. Puerto Rico, most Puerto Rican numbers are 787.
Okay.
Like the same idea of like Miami's 305.
Okay.
But when I was leaving Puerto Rico, I left Puerto Rico, I was in 8th grade. There was a new number. I can't remember it right now. I know it starts with a 9. Someone tell me. But it was 707, 787, and then that 9 something number. Yeah. Then I came here and I only knew about Orlando. And everybody in Orlando is 407.
Okay,
or
that makes sense.
Most people in Orlando are 407.
But
then you get older and you start meeting people, especially in this part of Orlando. There's people from all over the world, all over Florida.
Yes.
So
many people.
Like, just let go of the number. You need all of them.
Yes.
Yeah. But I understand what you mean with the area code. Like,
like it was just such a weird
people only
concept.
give you the last two sets of numbers.
Yeah, you don't need to say like, oh, 401, whatever your number is. You just give them the number because everything is 401.
Little things that small town girls have to deal with.
Why do you need to give them the whole thing, you know?
Homeless people.
There's a lot that are, at least where I was in Rhode Island, and what maybe I was paying attention to in Rhode Island. Maybe I'm not, I'm more aware now, but you didn't see them a lot. At least, like, I know when I go to work. They're so
obvious here in Florida. It's so sad, honestly, because...
It is. It's very heartbreaking.
You want to help, but, like, you do what you can, but there's too many.
There is a lot. Like, when I drive to work on 192, they sleep on the bench.
Every light.
They sleep on the bench on the floor with, like, a sleeping bag.
I know, they have, like, communities in the little wood areas next to 192.
And it was, I mean, I'm sure...
And it's sad because they're in that spot.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to watch.
But yeah, it's definitely not something I grew up with. No. I mean, there were homeless people.
Oh yeah, of course.
And where I grew up, and it was a very small town, but like, it wasn't that many. No. And everybody kind of knew them and helped them out. Like there was this one lady that was always in the post office, always in the post office. But like people knew that she was there, so they brought her food, they brought her clothes. I mean, not everybody was nice, but overall.
Yeah, the community came together to
help her. But here, like...
Yeah, I feel like the homeless population in Rhode Island might be smaller because during the winter months, you can't survive out in the cold.
And I had never thought about that until I met you.
Yeah, I think a lot of them start to travel south before the winter months so that before they hit.
Cold person. I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now, and for you this is like shorts weather.
Yeah, we chilling.
But I'm cold. But it doesn't get cold like this in Florida. And then I grew up in a tropical island. Yeah, it was even hotter.
It's so hot here, and it's humid too.
It is humid.
Like, why are y'all
It is
like
very
this?
humid. That's why I kind of stopped straightening my hair and just let the curls.
Yeah,
live
I don't even
because
try.
I
don't even try to straighten.
What else? Oh, the slang words. When I met Brianna, she said this. I'm gonna start with the twofer.
Go ahead.
Okay. We were like, a group of us were eating lunch, and I think you had either gotten like a 444. She got something that was a twofer.
A twofer.
And every single time somebody said anything, she was like, yeah, twofer. Like,
Twofer.
yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody was so confused.
It's just a...
So I don't know if I asked, I don't know if Ariana asked, somebody asked.
Yeah.
And they were like, what's a twofer? And you were like, a 2-for-1.
Twofer.
I can't.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's like a Rhode Island thing or if that's just a me thing.
Maybe a North.
Well,
I don't know.
a northern thing. Right?
Somebody from the North, tell me if you've ever heard the word twofer.
Yes.
I'm sure it is. I think you looked it up.
It might be like a New England thing.
Yeah, but
definitely.
I thought it was so interesting. But there's things that I say that you're like, what? Because I translate a lot of Spanish sayings into English that they're just not the same in English.
Yeah.
I need to cut that out. I need to cut it out.
Yeah, they're not always translating that.
And they're so good in Spanish.
I bet. They hit different.
Yeah, like there's one that I love saying, sasna con gusto no pica.
Ooh.
Right? And when you translate it to English, it's what is it? Like an itch that you like is not itchy. It doesn't have the same effect.
No. I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
It's not hitting.
Oh wow.
I get it.
What else is what we call water fountains, like drinking water fountains.
Yeah, we call it a bubbler.
A bubbler.
That is, yeah.
Not a bubbler, no, a bubbler.
Yeah, that's the accent right there. Yeah, it's a bubbler.
I love it though.
Yeah, it's a bubbler.
Deirdre was the first one to tell me that.
Yeah.
But I honestly was like,
I was shook.
And then she confirmed, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I literally, when I had gone to college for a year in St. Augustine, and I asked them where the bubbler was on the floor and like on the wing of the dorm area.
On the wing.
And they were like, what's that? And I was like, girl, what you mean? You don't know what a bubbler is? Like, you drink from it, you know? And they were like, a water fountain? I was like, a water fountain? No, it's a bubbler. But yeah, I definitely didn't realize I had that bad of an accent until I moved here.
But like those are slang. I don't think that's like colloquial slang. I feel like I had the accent where like, for example, you guys call it Nike.
Nike.
I had no idea. I want you guys to know that up to like 16 years old, that was Nike. Okay? And I bought some new Nikes. And like, I remember people giving me weird looks, girl. And they never made me, nobody ever thought to correct me and be like, Crystal, it's pronounced Nike. I don't know if I saw like a commercial. I don't know when it happened. But at some point I realized that, oh no.
Yeah, there are definitely words that I say that are not pronounced correctly. Sneakers is one of them. So I think it's...
I'm always like, you understood me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for the correction. Now I know better.
Yeah, definitely. The accent is, when you grow up in New England, you don't realize it. Like, at least for me, for Rhode Island, I knew Boston.
You do have a lot of northerners.
Like, Boston has an accent. Me, never. But then I got here and I was like, oh, yeah, no, that's an accent right there.
She used to be like, I gotta go get my coffee.
My coffee, yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Y'all don't have, you know what y'all don't have? In Rhode Island, the official drink of the state of Rhode Island, coffee milk. I need it.
I had no idea that was a thing.
I need
coffee milk.
Yeah, it's basically, for those of you who do not know, it is basically regular milk that you put a coffee syrup in. So it's basically like a chocolate milk.
It's like Nesquik, but instead of chocolate,
but it's
coffee.
Autocrat.
It's what?
It's Autocrat. That's the brand of the coffee syrup. So it's basically a chocolate milk, but coffee flavored. So definitely head to Rhode Island and get yourself that.
You guys don't have Malta.
That
little bottle that I drink that looks like beer.
You know, they might.
Yo, I be working with, let's say like people that are from Florida, right? And I'll buy a Malta with my breakfast.
Wild.
And not a single one of them not looked at me. And I'll put a picture of it so you guys know what a Malta looks like. It's root beer. It's kinda. It's like sweet root beer.
It's a weird drink.
But it looks like what's a good, like not a Heineken. Heinekens are green.
I don't know. I don't drink.
Which bottles? Sorry. Anyway, it looks like a beer. Okay, and not a single person at a job that's been from Florida not questioned what I have on my desk. They always think I'm drinking on the job. Can you believe that?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be like, it's root beer.
No,
Do you not know me?
whole bear out here. So
Yeah. What else? What's another big culture shock moment?
I would have to say the food. I'm sad. There's a lot, like we already talked about the whole chain situation, but like, oh, the food. It's such a, you miss it, you know? Like in Rhode Island, it's gonna sound weird, but we have wieners. And that's a Rhode Island thing.
They love it.
New York system. I'm plugging them. New York system. They're so good. Like, how do you not eat them? But y'all don't have them here.
No.
Y'all would think it's like a hot dog, but like it's not a hot dog.
It's not a hot dog.
It's not a hot dog.
Show me what it is.
Yeah, it's not a hot dog, but it looks like a hot dog. But I don't know how else to explain it. The food is definitely
go to Rhode
missing.
Island and try it out. But
Yes.
I only know what you mean because when I moved here in 2011, 2012, something like that, there wasn't as much Hispanics as there are now. There were 100%.
Yeah.
But not like now. Now Kissimmee, St. Cloud-ish area, it's little Puerto Rico. The same way Miami, 305 is Cuban, we are now little Puerto Rico in Kissimmee. And I blame it on the Hurricane Maria. But before that, I missed food so much. Now I can pretty much get whatever I'm craving. Yeah. And that's a blessing, but I completely get the feeling that you're describing of like, it's just not, how do you even explain it? Like I try to explain
you can't.
Pastries and then.
Yes, where are the Italian bakeries? Y'all don't sell
Somebody
Italian
moved
bread?
to Orlando.
Literally, y'all don't sell Italian bread? I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe that's just where my mom lives in Claremont. She doesn't find them. I don't know, but it's not a fun time.
No, we Googled them. There weren't that many.
There weren't a
lot. And the one that said they didn't sell the things that would.
No, they were out here selling French pastries and stuff. No, an Italian bakery.
There are good Italian
only.
restaurants though.
Where? I haven't found them yet.
Like the one next to La Boucherie.
What's it called? Have I tried it?
I don't think so.
We'll go. We'll have to go.
That'll be a date.
Yeah.
But on a good note of cultural shock, I think that the change of coming from a small town to a big city comes with a lot of challenges that are dumb for most people. But it kind of shows you, it's gonna sound so corny, that everything is possible.
Yeah.
Because when you move, you see things here that you would have never seen growing up. Absolutely not.
And you get to meet a lot of different people from different places. Like, I met somebody from Puerto Rico.
Yes. Can you imagine?
I'm sure there's
two little mini islands in complete opposite worlds.
Literally.
And we work together. We were in the same office.
Yeah.
I just think that God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, you definitely get to meet some people. When I went to school in St. Augustine, I met somebody from Denmark.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, and in Orlando and Florida in general, you can see people from so many countries.
I think
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I appreciate it, but I feel like we see it with awe from where we came from.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I talk to from Florida are like, yeah,
normal.
They're like, have you been to Disney? They're everywhere. Like, what? And you don't want to learn about them? You don't want to meet them? Like, I want to know everything. And I think that's your approach too.
Oh, 100%. I think it's so interesting to learn other people's culture and like where they grew up and stuff. I think it's interesting.
Yes. Everybody is a product of their environment, and oof, what a change coming to here. Things that like people would consider low end or ghetto or whatever here, to me are beautiful. What do you mean?
Fancy.
Beautiful.
Fancy.
Those are just our experience of moving here. I think we're running out of time, so I'm just gonna close it here. And thank you for coming. Thank you for doing this with me. I hope to do it again. And if you're from a little place, being wherever it is, even if it's just a little town in Florida that no one's ever heard of, like, we feel you, okay?
We understand.
We get it. But it's been fun.
Yes.
And thank you for coming and bouncing some thoughts with us. And bye.
Bye.